And hello to everyone out there today. It is I, the Axayomi, and hello everyone. Welcome on in. Hopefully your day has been doing well. My work day was actually kind of stressful, so I am very much looking forward to some very nice, cozy streaming with Phoenix Wright today. Oh my god, it was a lot today. I'm so tired. Luckily, I'll be able to be all nice and cozy. And then of course tomorrow I have plans on like getting my car serviced, so I'm just like, excuse me. I'm trying to not die. It's hard. But I hope all of you are doing well. Really don't have much to say right now. It feels like it's been like a pretty okay day. I'm pretty much just like ready and prepped to just play game and have fun today. I don't really have any other plans or thoughts in my head right now. That's how I feel right now. I'm just like, I have no thoughts right now. I am just Panda that wishes to be cozy. Okay. Let me... Hold on. Let me get the game started at least. Boop. Get that going. Get it started. Excuse me. I have been like a bit sleepy like all day today. Okay, we can turn that off. Turn that. Hold on. Turn that on. I'm like trying to get certain things done. I'm like, it's so hard. Pet the cat. Okay. So we finished our last one, which was the case of the Sacred Urn getting stolen, but the CEO getting murdered by none other than Look At Me. Look At Me. So that was a fun little case. That one I specifically always remembered because at the very end you have to press the right statement or the game just auto ends and you fail. Okay. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna get going. Let's go ahead and get started. Recipe for Turnabout. Oh, I think I remember this one. That's enough. This court sees no further reason to prolong this case. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at the table when he drank the... No! You're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw... What did we see? I saw someone else there. A man. He's the real killer. Why won't anyone believe me? Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you, Mr. Wright?
The court finds the defendant guilty. This court is adjourned.
I just got here. January 6th, 10:03 a.m. The start of the new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. Why do I feel like I'm hearing music? Hold on. outside of this one. It could just be me. It probably is just me. Hold on. But I need to check and make sure I'm not being a silly Billy. Oh, I might have. Oh, did I forget to actually? Yeah, okay. That might have been what I was doing. I see. I bet it does, Maya. So, I've decided that our resolution should be Xavier, take on the world. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya. But I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Never. You've got to eat a lot of cake during New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe? Happy New Year, Detective!
Likewise.
Now listen up, right? I wanna... Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, pal, you've got some explaining to... Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective?
What? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but...
Yay, thanks!
Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat.
Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you?
No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose?
Yes, I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year?
Very funny, pal. Now let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this.
What is it? A magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced? Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this?
It's a report, pal, about you.
Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case.
Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it.
But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issued from anyways?
December of last year, which I guess makes it last month.
Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. Huh, so what do you think this is all about, Nick?
If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility.
No way, you don't mean... A phony Nick? This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one, too. It says I was trounced and my client was found guilty.
So, what are you gonna do about it, pal?
What do you mean, what am I going to do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in the case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of.
Yeah, see what happens when you hotshots start getting too full of yourselves?
But I didn't do anything wrong. At least, not that I can remember.
Better make this right, pal, now.
And that means taking the case back to court, got it? Sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know, the judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution's going to have to wait until next year.
So you're taking the case, right? Good, I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal?
I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. If a client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation, I guess I am kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of a guy would do that? So, what's our first move? I guess we go down to the detention center and talk. Wait a sec, Nick. This person's behind bars because of you. Whoever it is isn't going to be jumping at the chance to meet you, right? Hey, let's get one thing straight. It wasn't me. It was a fake me that did this. I wonder if he looks exactly like you. Your phony... Zenithhoff. I mean, which is just Phoenix backwards, which I love. I hope not. Ugh. What kind of name for an evil double is Zenithhoff anyway? Ah, Nick, I got it! If you're going to ask whether I've got a twin brother, the answer is no. Spoil sport. Did you notice Gumshoe was acting weirder than usual, or was it just me? What do you mean? I mean, he was really worked up. Like a guy who's just found out he's going to be a dad or something. Yeah, I guess he was acting kind of strange. Maybe he realized he's got strong feelings for you, Nick. I mean, you know, they kind of are doofuses, idiots. They could be idiots together. It would be perfect. It would be wonderful. It would be the most... Considering how we interact, I seriously doubt that, Mia. Well, if he wasn't nervous because of you, then maybe it's because of our guilty client? Oh, that's weird looking. This is so nerve-wracking waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, man. That kind of talk could ruin me. Oh! How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you? Yes, I am. I am totally and utterly let down. Are you? Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie, remember? Maggie Bird? Maggie Bird? Yeah, from several cases ago. Maggie Bird, she's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop, too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you acquitted? Oh, sure, very funny. After the fifth-rate defense job, you came in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see. So, that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time. But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Wright is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. So, how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the floors, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of The Life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and sharp and shapely figure come through for me. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month, and it happened at Très Bien. Très Bien? Yes, it's a restaurant where good service and a friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men at the table both drinking coffee. And then... one of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just 1 sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I've never even seen the guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. And then the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? I mean, the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course, a good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So, you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway. How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. Guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. So, if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's cup and the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. The victim was sitting alone at his table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? Poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious. And no one else saw this other guy? No, sir, that's what everyone said, but I don't see how they could have missed him. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh, and what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something. They must have been preparing for their debut, I guess. So it was a band CD, maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a group named that? Wait. I have to look this up because I do not know band names. I'm like, are they actually making fun of somebody? Born and raised in the Bahamas, made Boston my new home albums. Okay, so there actually is a musician by the name of MC Screwdriver. Over here being like, wait a minute. Is that an actual, like, band name and I just don't know these things? Anyways. What was the name of that group? What was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No. What about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well built like the victim, really. Oh yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case! Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir! It was the morning after I had been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Me? Yeah, you, Mr. Wright. Hey, Maggie, was my evil double a Yama here too? No, I don't remember if only you, Maya. Oh, it would have been so cool. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you cleared. I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you said. Okay, I get the picture, but you've met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady, and your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and... So the guy was nothing like me then. But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. Imagine your entire personality being dwindled down to your hair and suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. But it seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. So we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright, do you think we'll win next time? Sir? My life has been a full-course meal of bad luck, complete with defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Okay, that's your parents' fault, not you. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder. But I will survive because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Zinniov is really gonna pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? But man's right. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him. Don't you worry. We'll get Zinniov for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Très Bien is then. Oh, right. The restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure, alright, Nick. Let's go check out this restaurant. It's food. I think we got everything we wanted from you. Très bien! It's so pink. Hold on. I am inspired to say hello to somebody. Excuse me. One moment. There we go. Wow, look at this plate. Oh, honey, you got a storm coming for ya. Anyways. Look, more like smell. What is with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here? Don't be silly, Mia. This is a restaurant. It's open for business. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. Huh? It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, look at this! Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. MC Bomber and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros? $100,000? Maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. This paper, it's from December 3rd. This paper is from the day of the poisoning. What? A paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be a clue. I should see if I can find some more about this paper. Well, there's the murder scene. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all this police tape all around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can I picture you doing just that? This table is set nicely. It just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower. I don't think. Duh! Even I could have told you that. Well, those are the only kinds of flowers I know. Dag nabbit, I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Really cool, I love snow, let me see. Huh? It's not white, it's not even snowing. Got you! I was only kidding, man. Nick! There are lies that are okay to tell, and lies that definitely aren't. All he did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. This restaurant has partitions that separates the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. It's a magical box. Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all of these personally. Let's see, a bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine bone china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya, this is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. I didn't realize you were so gay. It's the restaurant front entrance. There's a sign hanging on the door written in French. It probably says open or closed. It must be one or the other, but I don't know which is. I don't know which, since I don't know jack about French. You were waiting all day to do a French joke, weren't you, Phoenix? It's a rack full of things. They're all in French. Why don't you try? Yeah. I found that sports magazine early. I better try to find out everything I can about it. Anything else about it? Oh, actually, we could probably just leave. I wonder if she knows anything about this. Oh, a sports paper! Let's see. Did Gus and Brawl manage to defend his heavyweight title? Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. And Guston got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Hi, Happy. Oh, no. I found this paper in the magazine rack at Trebien. Really? That's strange. Trebien doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind? Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is the scribble here. Ah, this is it, sir! Still waiting on you to feed me tons of food. Uh-huh. MC Bomber! That was the name that was written on the CD. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I am at a very silly case that makes me smile. Because it deals with Trebien. Because it makes me think of Mr. Bunny. I guess it wasn't MC's screwdriver after all, huh? So that 100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me 100,000, I'd sing for sure. The Master Karain, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim. Ugh, good. I also had like a nice little dinner before stream. It was just something from Slotchki's, which is like a hot sandwich place. It was so good. You're right. Hi, Ben. So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better step up the investigation, don't you, Nick? We probably can now go to criminal affairs. Why are they multiplying? It's been ages since we've came down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is in the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Actually, hold on. That badge, is it real? Of course it's real. That's what they all say, but I've been duped before. Give it to me for a second. She bit into it. And I left a few teeth marks too. I can see that. I just wish I could remember it if it means if it's real or a fake. I said it was real. God, do we go back to Trebien? Oh, okay. Are you going to be playing Dandy's World tomorrow? Oh, that's right. That's the 20th. I might do it on Saturday, but yeah, I would like to get back to playing Dandy's World. Ooh la la, bonjour. Welcome to La Trebien. Oh, hello. What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Benevue, welcome to my petite restaurant. Hold on. I can't believe... Hold on. Excuse me. I have to snip this. I have to go out of my way to snip something right now. Because apparently... Wait, no. Let's try that again. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This entire area just makes me think of Mr. Big Bun, and he's just like, I don't remember Trebien. I'm like, how could you forget Trebien? Bin Avenue? Oh, non, my petite chula. Me? Look at the face. Look like a kitten rejected by its own mother. Are you fatigued, no? Alors, you need this? Look, it's Tiaxa. No, this is more Mr. Big Bun. Mr. Big Bun is definitely more of the... This is very much them coded. Because they're... An Oramet, an Amaret, and a bath oil melange of Noril and Rose, my personal recommendation. You think I need what? Oui, just add a couple of drops as a mixture of the bathwater and voila! It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastic. Really? And for la monsieur... Who, me? Look at the face, like the puppy rejected by life itself. Are you fatigued, though? For you, monsieur, I recommend this. Or bergamot. And maybe a hint of oui. I will add the peppermint and the clair sage for a fragrance expansioner. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur. My beauty? Lord, if you will be seated, I will bring you the special menus today. Actually, we're not here to eat, we're lawyers. But sir, I know this already, monsieur. You are La Phoenix Riot, no? Yes, you know me. I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. I guess he was cross-examined by a mysterious Zen Evolve. It looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I already am. I wonder what sort of impressions Zen Evolve's been leaving on people, don't you? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong Enchanté. Definitely 100% a bottom. Stop it. Okay, I need to talk to him. So, what does très bien mean? I know tres, that means 3, right? No, très bien is French. In English, it would say very good. Oh, very good. Oui, exactement. La atmosphere is très bien, and la cuisine is très bien. If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here? My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la hot cuisine. I thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I've lost Maggie, I don't have enough hands. So you're running this place all on your own? Oui, for the moment, no one has answered my advertisements. Oh, poor moi. Please don't eyeball me while you say that. I am the chef, I am the manager. I am also a trained aromatherapist. A roaming what? A practitioner of aromatherapy. The art of soothing the soul with the delicious floral aromas. Delicate? The smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. What happened? So, could you tell me what you know about the incident? It makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it had happened. Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So, it was the 3rd of last month, just after 1 of the afternoon. A man who was in here for a coffee suddenly became ill. Because of the poison in his coffee. That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sounds of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was, he was already slumped in his chair. He was dead? My dear, it was dead. Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but I see. The police, they asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table, they asked. But I am not the only one. The old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here. What, someone else saw it? Ah, sweet, as usual. He came alone that day. At the time of the murder, it was here. It saw it too. But he said the same thing, that there was no one else at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there were 2 people. Yes, mademoiselle, the lawyer could not prove this, no? About the lawyer, that was me, I suppose. Mas bien sûr. Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Now, who's the one making stuff up? I am not a lawyer myself. I do not wish to speak out of turn. But your defense in court that day was a little, how you say it, lacking, perhaps? Even a Frenchman who cannot speak any English could have done a better job. You are very cool though. Oh, you are so handsome. Wow, I wonder just how bad the defense could have been. Every time you open your mouth, you'll go ousted. Oh man, that is something I don't want to imagine. We found the sports paper in the magazine rack here. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you know any idea which customer it was? The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, I save for my kitchen. Trebian owner and chef, a witness in the case who is also into aromatherapy. He is 39 years old, by the way. Maggie was a policewoman once, n'est-ce pas? Yes, but she had to quit for reasons beyond her control. Oui, she was the suspect in the murder investigation, no? Oh, you know about that. That is why I gave her La Perfume for La Happiness. Happiness perfume? Yeah, blended from bergamot, like I've given to you before. But she's been arrested again, and found guilty this time. This is true. A natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just a minute, your perfume doesn't work. I'm not surprised she was the prime suspect. After something like that took place before my very eyes. Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? I got to ask this guy for more info. Stat! When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? Well, oui, I suppose you could say. I sense Frenchness. I am here to investigate. Hi, Dr. Roden. So what happened? No, it was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy, but she's still been indicted for murder. The prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. Oui, it is true. If there is anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please, tell us anything you know. Whoa! Psyche-Locks. Wait, what are we going to do, Nick? We'll just have to remove... What the... What's wrong? The Magatama, it's gone! What? I had it in my pocket, but it vanished into thin air. What? But I could see the Psyche-Locks. Maybe that means the Magnetama's nearby? Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting, was anyone else sitting there? That is a question you will have to ask him yourself. Him? The old man spends all of his time down the park. Oh, a park. What park is that? Behind the restaurant. It's called Vitamin Square. Oh, thank you. Je vous en prie, my dears. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. It must be nearby. Hi, Dragonite. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Why would you try anything? Well, time to Vitamin Square it is. Okay, I admit this is actually kind of cute. So this is Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they get the name for it now. The fruits scream vitamins at you. Hey, Nick. That's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about? That grouchy-looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. Man, he's not throwing seeds for them, he's throwing seeds at them. Ugh, my grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red. Oh, there's a magazine here. It's a magazine full of job listings. You disgusting rogue, picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job?
That's none of your business.
Sorry, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then.
I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back.
Too bad, now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up.
Hey, that's mine.
That means he's super drunk. I mean, probably. Maybe he's also really congested. You don't know. This is a level 6 intense Frenchness stereotype. Isn't he, though? Isn't he wonderful? Okay. Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you?
Yes?
I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons?
He's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt.
Go on, eat this!
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird?
I don't know any Maggie Bird.
Yeah, you do. Maggie, the waitress at Très Bien.
Yeah, it's a disgrace, I tell you. Another disgrace.
Disgrace?
An innocent young girl revealing herself like that.
Revealing? You mean her uniform?
The youth of today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you, not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty?
What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing.
You? Your problem is the lack of any sense of grace.
Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Do you go to Très Bien a lot?
That miserable excuse for a restaurant? That garbage they serve in there is not food. Where's the sushi? The tempura, the rice?
Très Bien is a French restaurant, sir.
Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not the snooty snacks.
And what about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses?
You can see all the way up to there. There. Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it?
Listen, it's not my restaurant.
Yeah, it's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable!
He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Are you a regular at the restaurant, sir? It's just, if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir?
There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Take that!
He must be hiding something, right? If he is, I should be able to see a Psyche lock or two. Oh, wait. I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magatama is only on loan. You'd better find it or else. If Prowls ever gets wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So, we found it somewhere around here. Unless, for some reason... Wait. Do I need to go to Criminal Affairs now? No. Let's see. It wasn't here. Oh, maybe I can present the old man now. No. So where's my Megatoma then? Okay. Because they said it should be nearby. Wait. Wait, can I present this to you? Mademoiselle? Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see, your style is peu different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations, you will pass, I will hire you. Ben, come with me. I will teach you everything that I know. Nick, help! I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Mia. Maybe I should do both. All the clothes are some of them have been circled in red. I really hope Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. There's a bunch of little trinkets on the shelf. I bet Mr. collected all of them personally. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? And if he got in, could he even get out? Are you calling him fat? Because, you know. This must be the table where the poisoning occurred. The stains area tells the story well. The area is still cordoned off with the police tape. I guess it must be still under investigation. It must be a pretty big neat freak. He's already got the table ready to go. Now, if only the food in this place was edible. What am I missing? Peaceful, though. It's nice that the people can take it easy after a holiday rush. Well, I guess I'll just keep on checking places out, talking to people, seeing what I can do. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back here if anything else I need to ask her later. Oh, thank God. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh, yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court's sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him. Now listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again, yeah? I'll make sure you get locked up good for it. Got it? So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know. Hey, what's with that funny look, pal? I wasn't anything like... Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. I'm sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. Ah, so that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little old crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. Note yourself. Gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You gotta keep it a secret, got it? Sure! And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time?
Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind.
How old is Gumshoe? Oh, he's a nice 32. And she's 23. Well, you know what? I've seen worse. We've seen worse. We have seen worse. I mean, a 9-year age difference is not terrible. Like, it's cute, but... Anyways, alright. So, I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glen Egg. Glen Elg? Glen Elg. Glen Elg. I think that's what it is. Anyways, he was a computer programmer. I see, a programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. Why is he wearing a scouter on his fucking... And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef. Said it was the first time he'd seen the guy. A programmer and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. The motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal. I'm real busy. I haven't even got enough time to shift through these papers. Look into yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case, and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of paperwork on this case to look over before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there, and she's a bit off base sometimes. But she's a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know. So, what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's the CD. CD? Oh, yeah. She did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table. Not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player. You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Tribune didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. What's that? A source paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Tribune. It's dated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something here. And take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey! What is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good. I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I want to get a handwriting analysis done on the scribbles. Handwriting, huh? It'd be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this will turn out to be an interesting clue. Sparse paper given Detective Gumshoe. I wasn't at the trial myself, but I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. And what did he say? He started off by saying I had a complete loss for words.
But he must have found some quick, because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much, it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty.
It looks like I was trying to get Maggie found guilty. The chef of Très Bien, huh?
The chef of Très Bien, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of la toxins. And then he gave me this bottle.
What's in it?
I don't know. Label says juniper. I am under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day.
Under orders?
Yeah, you know, there's something about that lady, I mean guy.
Huh? You can't stop thinking about him?
Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type.
I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved in this case somehow. Sounds like he knows a little something more about our charming chef. So what exactly is that? So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Très Bien?
It's kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway.
Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything?
Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant, gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Très Bien and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay?
Don't suppose I got a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef at Très Bien, then report back to Gumshoe. I think that's everything I can do there. Maybe now we can finally get something from Très Bien. The scent of flower sure is strong. It's always making me dizzy. Hello? Who was that just now? A customer? She had sort of a dark aura about her. Oh, welcome, Benavou. Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, it's just you, Nick.
Maya? With the damn ghost girl.
Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. Then who was that woman I just saw? Oh, since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I am kind of hungry, actually. So, how do you like your new job, man? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I could do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile. Hey Nick, why don't you order something? The chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment, or so he says. How much is it? It's the twin tea set, so it's $20, of course. Twin tea set, I believe. I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. But you can't! Come on, Nick! It's not every day I get to be a waitress. You've ever seen her wear anything other than the purple robes? No, I think this is the only time she ever wears something different. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen, a lunch special, please. With all the extras, drink, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. He is really getting into this. So how much is the set lunch, huh? And then $20, huh? But with the drink, side salad, and dessert, it's $45. Hey, wait a second, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe Fortify lunch set. Actually, that looks all cute. Wow, a dish inspired by lobster and alboni fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks. Come on, Nick, hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. Ugh. Well, are you hungry, Mia? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Ugh. Remember, Mia, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate. I just remembered, I got to clean the toilets. Hey! You can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Tribune lunch special costs $20 despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. How does the guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets? In the kitchen? That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up, Mia! What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? There goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off to your face. I better conduct the search in the kitchen myself. To the kitchen! Oh, there it is! And here it is, the famous Tribune kitchen. It's my first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Sir Armstrong will be back soon, so we better search quickly. Chop chop! Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Is that used in Chinese food? Look! Right there on the counter! My Magatama! What's it doing there? It's way too decorated for a kitchen. Remember, this guy is very gay and probably doesn't know how to actually cook, which is actually very disappointing. I can't help but think about they might be a huge fire hazard. Of course they are. I'm pretty sure Chef Ramsay would be like, what the fuck is this kitchen? Anyways. It's put back into our pocket. What's this? It looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 99, 98, 99, 100. They're all the same too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then, I wonder? Hey, Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? Found in the kitchen. Shape is different from the other bottles. Contents unknown. Hi, Okami. How are you? I've never denied being cute. Thank you so much. Now, this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarence Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Not exactly publisher prize material, is it? It looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool, read one out. And say it in your best French accent with intensity, okay? Okay, here's one. It's called Printemps. The two of them like actors from a film. The coffee is still undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon on that sad Sunday morning. The foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea, and I know what I will do. I must lie to you, I must. Huh, that's it? Hey, Dr. Roden, I hope that was sufficiently insulting enough for you. Yep, that's a poem for you. Whoa, what's that? Isn't that used in China? And look, at all these knives, they look really sharp. I'd like to see how one of those sliced through a cheesecake. A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. Where I live, you get the sheep beaten out of you. Maya did say in my thickest French accent, which always means being incredibly offensive. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? This smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. It must be the lobster and abalone fricassee with the balsamic vinegar. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe what you ate is the only French dish I know the name of? The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, and I still have some unanswered questions for him. A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? Wheels guard and the lights are busted. I guess it must have been an accident. It's totally wrecked. Hey, what you think you's doing with my bike? No, I was just... You's been messing with my new ride. Is that what you's been doing? New ride? Is that some kind of... You's gotta pay for this. It wasn't me. I was just passing A. Then who is the one that covered my saddle and crap, huh? You's gonna pay. You catch my drift? Now, wait a second. I'm not a pigeon. So I couldn't... A wise guy, eh? I'd have beat you so hard it'll feel like you were smooching the express train. Uh-oh. You's better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay. Actually, I am a lawyer myself. What'd you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Phoenix Wright? You saying you, Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you a wise guy too, huh? Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. What? Out of my way, I gotta cruise. He's gone, and was very red. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? He wasn't anything like me! Guess I better make a note of that scooter. Pathetic. Ha! Pathetic. Oh, it's you. A few threats from a little brat like that, and you look like a pigeon that's got seeds in its eyes! Have you been here the whole time, then? I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. More like you had some cowering to do. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons! You want food? Take that! I knew it. This old guy has got something to hide, but what could it be? Well, let's ask the first question. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at a restaurant that you dislike so much?
Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to a restaurant, to eat.
To eat? Is that the whole truth?
What do you mean?
I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all.
You insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got?
I can tell not you nor anyone else in the world would go to that place for its food. The proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the lunch menu.
That's the twin tea set.
The food at Tres Bien is terrible and expensive.
You're wrong, it's cheap.
Huh?
I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I am stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than feeding the pigeons.
What a load of crock.
The taste's another story, but the price, it's nothing to me.
So you're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn?
Exactly. I have so much cash, I go for a swim in my money vault every day.
Unfortunately, that's a lie.
What?
You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. This is yours, right?
My magazine!
Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job?
So what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money.
Oh?
I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the cappuccino.
Yeah, I think you mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there?
$8.
Those had better be some golden beans.
What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater, do you? Is that it?
No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great.
No, it's not, but anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day.
Newspapers?
Exactly, they don't want me hanging around. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there.
I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Tres Bien. Oh, I can't prove that right now. I mean, I know that the answer is he's full of shit, but oh wait, right, I need to go to what's his face? Gumshoe, I have things for you.
Hey, you're just in time!
What is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, Dad got back to me about the newspaper you gave me.
You must mean the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did they say? Did the analysis turn up anything?
They said the doodle was written by the victim, Glenn Elg.
No doubts about it. I expected as much.
The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment.
MC Balmer. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, I guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant, okay, pal? Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe? Although, I get the feeling there's something I need to show him. Ah, but there is.
You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh?
Only this one doesn't smell.
Huh?
Well, I don't get you. This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look the same, wouldn't you agree?
A cologne bottle that doesn't smell, huh? It smells like a skunk to me, pal.
Mind letting me borrow that bottle for a while?
I want to send it to the lab for analysis.
The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. Small bottle given to Detective. I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef. You suspect Jean Armstrong?
I got that guy's number. I know what his secret is.
That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. I guess I better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had lunch at Trebian, pal? Yes. So, how was it? To put it nicely, it was inedible. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty is because of the food. I mean, the place is clean. He's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so... yeah, I guess it's probably the food. The real scoop on the guy is he's up to his ears in debt. Really? How much does he owe? This is a copy of his loan contract. It's about $500,000 in the red. $500,000? Are we talking dollars? Yeah, hey, if it was sterling, he'd be in real trouble. Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that the chef's got something to do with the most of them. That's my hunch. The owner of the loan is Tender Lender. Tender Lender. Okay, now we can go back to Le Très Bien. Hold on. Alright, let's try this again. Because I think the sports paper might be what we need. Alright. At Trebian. Take a look at this. What is it? It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Trebian. So, what of it? This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than a month ago. What? Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Also, hi, Free. Also, I do love... God, everybody has been being silly little... Tell me, what are you so determined to hide the truth? Why are you so determined to hide the truth? I'm not hiding anything! I'm going to have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Trebian is... What are you asking about that girl for? She was the waitress at Trebian. Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress. Glad, hello. How are you doing, sweetie? Hope you're doing well. Look at all these lovely beans just like all being all cozy with me today. Oh. Hold on, I need to check on things.
Good. But I don't recognize that face.
And you are probably telling the truth here. Because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit.
Good.
That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it?
I can't take it.
To you, that waitress was your...
Enough, please. No more.
Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it. What do you know? He's a dirty old man. Sir?
Yeah, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful devil.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I even got one of those lousy cups of Javakino every time for $8. All because the servant girl punished me and locked me up.
Really, that's not what I'm here for.
You'll be the same another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is to be an old man like me at the age of 40.
I'm sorry. I love how everybody wants to make it seem like once you get past 30 that you're just like this old man. And I want to throttle anybody that wants to continue with that. A bit bruised? Why are you bruised, you silly Billy? No, really, listen, sir.
Stop calling me that! I have a name, you know, boy. Show some respect. I'm Victor Kudo.
Sorry, Mr. Kudo.
You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything anymore.
This guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. I don't believe this. I even broke his psyche locks and everything. I guess I'll just have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. Oh, right. I have to get Maya with me, don't I? Huh. You're so cute. You always look so lost. I wonder if I need to go here for some reason. Poor man. It looks like Mr. Armstrong's really taken a shine to her. I suppose I'll just have to let her work at the restaurant for a while. I'll go pick her up from Tribune once things have cooled off. Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed him. He fed me as well. I got a bunch of the seeds in my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Me? Why? There's something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay, I'll just get changed. No, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess? Sir?
You can't. Well, I see.
Nick, his eyes are burning into me. What a way to call me out when you're saying I'm over 40 and miserable old man. It's okay. I think it's going pretty well.
You're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, alright?
Play on the slide? We're so close. Just a little more and he would have spilled.
Pigeon.
How can we crack this guy? Excuse me, please, sir.
Quiet, can't you see I'm feeding?
Pid. Ah, yes! We introduced breasts! We just needed a little bit more. Mia comes in and it's just like, Mia comes in just like, hold on, Phoenix, I got you. I'm gonna get a drink. Hold on. I need something. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Back at it. Well, if you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk with you.
Yes! Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo.
Even from beyond the grave. Wow. About the incident.
You mean the man who died after drinking the Javakino?
It's like he's a different person.
It was quite a shock even for me. He was a strange looking boy. The girl took the Javakino over to him, you see.
And was the customer alone?
Definitely! He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javakino and he said something like, "Ugh," and then collapsed it.
Oh, how terrifying.
You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know.
Certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see the other man either. Do you like the food at Trabian?
Well, of course. I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was once a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London.
Really? How interesting.
Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France.
What a lovely story. London's in England, not France.
Oh, yeah, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France.
I can't believe Mia's laughing at that guy. You visited Trabian a lot, don't you?
Of course, I mean, yeah. I like to come and see you there.
Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure.
Be careful of that chef, my dear.
The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong?
That's right. The man's an ex-con.
He's an ex-con? Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do?
No, those eyes. I can't take this.
He has really got this guy eating out of her hand.
He steals things from his customers.
From his customers?
Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pilferer, so you better be careful around him, my dear.
Are you sure about this?
Of course, he was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened after my Javakino.
He really is a regular.
Let me write you a little haiku about it.
An haiku?
Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef.
Convicted before, a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Victor Kudo. Wicked man or woman, please.
If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement.
Poor guy, he couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. We got some real important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Mia called me for something like this. Très bien. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Enough of being a waitress? Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant. Oh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, no! How can you leave me like this? I'm sorry. That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a Psyche Locker 3, didn't he? I'm going to have to break those. Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Voltaires, of course! What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Alas, I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me. Well, that was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. What, $500,000? $500,000? Oui, but after the incident, the ticket... it disappeared. The ticket disappeared? This was the motive the prosecution gave for Maggie. They say that she poisoned the man so that she gets the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Mazla, you've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me, and I want to know the reason why. No, monsieur, you taught me. I have confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. Stolen by you, Mr. Armstrong. Ooh. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. Wow, that is one piercing scream, even for a man like him. Mother Paparimoy, why, you have no evidence. I am not Master Mask. I am the kind of person. I am not the kind of person who steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur. You know me so well. I adore poems. Please read it and put some feeling into it. Convicted before, wicked man or woman, repeat offender. I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Mon Dieu! La maison! You are the liar! You deny it? Do not make the false accusations, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. Do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers. Well, he stole this. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. What is that? This is my Magatama, and I found it in your kitchen. No! Wow, that scream just about broke some windows. Wait. I have a weakness for the trinkets and the figurines. My hand, it just slips out. I cannot stop it. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? Is that true? I am just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Man, why? This man continues to make me think of Mr. Big Bun constantly. Besides, the time, it was not the small trick we. It was $500,000. Mas non, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money. Really now? Oh, monsieur, what is it? Is it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And that you are in desperate need of a large amount of cash? Well, I don't know, maybe even $500,000? This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place? The man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece. I think he said something about that too. The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded! Yes, $500,000, he shouted. And the ticket? He had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee. No. Oh no, you naughty man. I simply helped myself to one of his tickets. What? The victim collapsed and Mackie passed out. I thought to myself, pourquoi pas? Pourquoi pas? I don't know. He had so many of them. Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you. No, this is true. I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000. I mean, you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. Mas non, ma fille. It was not. That's enough. Huh? Mr. Godot! What in the heck are you doing here? Ugh. This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. You came in here for coffee? Does this craving for coffee know no bounds? Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question. I am the Ednon, just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at. But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So, the ticket he took was worthless? Not quite. He did win something, $1. See, I am just a pretty face. Without my looks, I have nothing. So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed. What did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Voila, you two! Time to laugh at the pretty girl ahead! Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we got a new mystery now, namely, where did the winning ticket go? I have a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. Boop, boop, ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. Ah, already getting into the trial, I see. We actually are making really great time today. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger!
And you.
Yeah?
You better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, you'll be doing some squaring away. I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course! I've got the situation under control! I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Alright, we're forming a united front today, pal, you get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. It is now 10 a.m. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird again for a third time.
The fence is ready, Your Honor.
Bitter. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Oh!
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty.
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trite, whether you're fake or the real deal, you will find out soon enough through this trial today.
But I can already tell you, I am the real Phoenix Wright.
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. Why would Maya curse the trial already? Maya! Look, Maya will curse anything she wants. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness, state your name for the court.
Oh, sorry, sir. My name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, detective. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now. Well, Gumshoe's really got everything under control for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. Victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused? Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Blueprints. X is the victim's seat. Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. The incident. When the incident took place, the victim was alone on his table, sir. You understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidating tricks. No intimidating tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me. Let's start with the one that he was being very... like me about first. Some kind of motive. Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. Objection! You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you always get another. I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. Ugh. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Wait a minute. The mere fact the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hands the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? Order! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I better keep an eye on that ticket, the way the judge's voice is quivering. Found during a body search of Maggie. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too.
But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. You really think there are any contradictions in this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. The country told us that to be Lobby. How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line? I don't know a whole lot of I don't have a lot of options right now. The best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess. Can I stop you for just a minute? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said, and What killer wouldn't say that? Wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction. Hey! Sadly, our testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Is that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. There's 2 testimonies tied up on that. They both say that there were no other guy at the table. What should I do? Press harder. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their views of the victim's table were obscured in some way. Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Trapien's, right? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clear. Actually, let's take another look at that photo. Okay. I don't see anything weird with it so far, so... Buy an ad for a shaving razor? Oh. Ew. This is why I honestly pay for Turbo, so I never have to look at ads ever again. He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? What should I do? Press harder. Always press harder! What was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? How should I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? So, traces of poisons were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Ha! Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Ugh! Seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee. What should I do? Press harder. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? What do you mean? According to his file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right.
That's what I was thinking. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you've had the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece. What piece was it again?
This.
Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the
victim's cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
Ugh!
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. The coffee contained potassium cyanide, covering the victims and Maggie's fingerprints. In further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
I like an old man who knows the score.
There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance with one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... it can't be blood, can it? Huh. It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean...
Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket. Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What?
Order! The court will accept these items as evidence.
Has a small pocket but big stain. You know what's really funny is the fact that this actually comes up a bit.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the courtroom?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that is smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could the stain really be blood?
No way, sir.
That's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? She must have gotten some of her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. But pull a stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Ugh. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established. Well, Trite, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts? Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. The crime was reported at the 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Ah! I really need to put that somewhere else. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. The investigation! Do a little bit of saving, just in case. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them and seeds. Seeds. It was nothing. I caught each one of them with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Goda can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at the time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops, I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents. Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Wait a second. Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. Then, in that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes things going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with a lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn Elk visited his doctor before he went to Tresbien. He got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the core. What should I do? Ask about the prescription bag. So what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tresbien. The bag is empty. Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, are you, Trey? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? And that's it. There's nothing else missing from the crime scene. Actually... yeah, the medicine. Objection! The medicine itself missing is a thing. Dr. Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tresbien. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You're too cool, pal. Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? Huh. That's all. I think the coffee addict is cooler. Look, he's just tasty. What? Ready for the court. Ready for the court to name the clinic of the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Ontological Clinic? Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? And what on earth was this prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found the traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medicine while he was at Tresbien. Therefore, it wouldn't be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. It would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No! Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. Hold on. Well, I mean, it's still missing. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Oh wait, his eardrum's ruptured. Yeah. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of the medication while he was at Trebien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
Objection!
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
Objection!
It hardly seems likely that the coffee the witness served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. Good. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater? Very well. The matter on the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Hey, good job, Nick. Gumshoe's a lawyer too now. Woo! Court will now adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Huh. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Whew! That was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That was my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. It looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. Have you provided proof that you're a lawyer yet? You know, we haven't. We should. But apparently nobody ever asks about my attorney's badge. Also, hello, Shaw. How are you? I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurts this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Okay, I was about to be like, he better be like actually old. And I'm like 68. It's like, okay. Still distant. They never question the badge. For all they know, it could be a fake, but they never ask. They never do! They never ask if I'm a lawyer. I just go up there and somehow make good points. Yeah, Mr. Kudo, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. Prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. You know, maybe one day they'll make a spin-off. Actually, I'm pretty sure they have made plenty of spin-offs based off of Phoenix Wright.
Name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what makes me, mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too.
You don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo, just tell the court your occupation.
Occupation? Listen, young'un. How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do or did back in Japan. Also known as Nippon. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Oh, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, where were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Ah, yeah, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino. Seeds? What do you think these are,
I see. So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The servant girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the servant girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a witness.
Yeah, you're about as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones,
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me.
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress? Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry.
You can see all the way up to her. You know. She's practically naked in that uniform.
So the particular features you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away.
Yeah, there are other things I recognize about her, too.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether the waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask that you add them to your testimony.
Sure. There's a ribbon in her hair. And her apron straps were loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face?
As if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection!
The witness knows the straps of the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right, I could even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Aha, he's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps and ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observe from the front, that is, for your testimony.
Sure.
The old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, we'll get even longer, I bet. Is there anything that caught my interest about her?
Uh-huh!
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this.
That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that, Well, you half-witted clot. What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front.
Oops.
Yes, put it on, Phoenix.
You can't just say oops. You can't just oops your way out of this.
Huh. Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial in our hands. Listen, Try, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I want to know who keeps throwing cups of coffee over to him. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember? Probably more than he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and that nosy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man just listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Then the servant girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
This way we just had heard was to test how credible the witness memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh yeah, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Nick? You only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Alright, we are making good progress today. Spectacles?
Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish, that's what I remember him so well.
He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't call it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some, and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. We better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if should challenge him about... Guess I should wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. And the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it?
That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back pages with all the rustling going on? I need to find out if Gustin Braun retained his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own?
What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you judge me?
Gustin Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. I was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. The wireless?
The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
And use an earpiece. It's selfish. That's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me that for? How dare you feel sorry for me?
Hold on. You mean the waitress who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw her from the...
I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Cup him for this free hand, take a sip. For his free hand?
Yeah.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I thought he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't...
Perhaps the great Mr. Try has three hands. Ish, I was only asking. No need to gang up on him. Treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction as his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake, and he's ours. He was listening to the wireless with an earpiece, but he had a broken eardrum, though.
Objection!
Okay, maybe not that specifically. Actually, why don't we go through this again?
Hold it! Hold it!
Let's just go through this again and make sure there isn't anything else.
Hold it! Hold it!
Okay, now. So let's see. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that. Then the servant girl in question brought over the Java Kino. Little Fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Does the cup say specifically which hand? No, just as covered in the victim's and Maggie's fingerprints. There's a stain on the side where he There's a stain on the side where he'd hold it with his right, though, I saw. What stain? What? The stain on the cup. Well... Wait. Oh, right. He had a newspaper in his right hand, which means that he said that he picked it with his free hand with his left hand, but the stain would be on his right hand. Huh.
Objection!
Okay, no, that makes sense. That's a very silly little detail to point out, but it's like, no, okay. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you told me at the start of this testimony? That this was the way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Shrite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Yeah, what is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where the stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. Wow! Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Get. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park. Wait! I think I'm going to... If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony. That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question, I am a good law-abiding citizen, I am. If that dead young and hot bot... It's that dead young hot bot in you, you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault. Oh, me? Thank you, old man. We've had quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I gotta say. Sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Godot. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Sorry, the boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens on his specs. Kept fiddling with it all the time. Was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. We know the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. Because, you know, programmers obviously... A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. I need to go ask my programmer friends if they also have scouters. HD, TV, DVD, CDD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Alright. So the victim was wearing an HMD. What does it matter? It was none of them actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question, I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposites table, he'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Kept fiddling with it all the time. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenn Elg. He was getting on my nerves. Rustling with the newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went on and made all that fuss dying from just one sip of cappuccino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just look at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating and I could have choked. I take it the victim as a walking ball of nervous energy. The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left, well aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Obviously he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. So if he had the HMD on the left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. And then he used the same hand to pick up the coffee. You seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
Looks like he really did see the guy picking the coffee cup with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks! But if he's not lying, there would be any contradiction in his testimony, right? Thinking. I'm trying to think what the contradiction is. But what is it? You're sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you like the floor plan. On the opposite table, he'd only have a view of the side of the victim's side. Hi, Pixel, how you doing? He kept. He was getting on my nerves. Rustling with the newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time, and then he cool. It's a walking ball of nervous energy. You're one of those people doing all weird stuff. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you're trying to play on me. Check evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradiction, right? So then what's the contradiction? I'm not seeing it. I'll keep looking at the evidence until it just hits me. Sensor is trounced, that doesn't matter. Left by the victim, doodle is the victim's handwriting. Like, girl, it's not Setsuba. Let's see, it doesn't matter. Not relevant, not relevant. Floor plan. Maybe the autopsy picture? Or this picture? The crime photo would probably be something to use. Let's try that. See if the crime photo works.
Objection!
Nope. So it's not the crime photo. I mean, am I just literally just gonna point this out again? Do I really just need to be like, but the coffee cup? No, okay. Okay. Load again. What is it that I am missing then? Found in an apron pocket. That doesn't mean anything. Hold on.
Objection!
There it is. Okay. I was like, I finally found it. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as his HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I could only see from that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication of his conditions were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear. Because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Order!
This witness testimony is completely unreliable. Honestly, I see nothing wrong with safe scubbing in these games. Because honestly, there is a lot of very obscure things that you just have to really think about and be like, oh yeah, I have to point that out now. He only saw the witness from behind. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip?
This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down, I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javactina with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
Objection!
Impossible. The witness was already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless! I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from the... Literally just being like, you have no power here, old man. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more. To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, young shark. He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 7th cup of coffee. What do you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javakino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet, much, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, youngster.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of it myself. Young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of the Jappuccino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down,
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man?
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain, that's why that's all you can think of.
Very well, Miss Wright, your final cross-examination, please. Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, there it is, right there. According to the crime photo...
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Strip of cloth is an odd way of describing a tablecloth. I mean, but isn't it, though? Look carefully at the table. The vase in there is intact. Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch. Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something.
Yes, go on. Broken vase. It was on my table. What? Well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over the vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yeah, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Gah! Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I got more to say! Yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait! Listen to me! Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use, so he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever.
The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
Sorry, this isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
To be continued. Actually, this was a very productive day. Oh, let's see. I'm actually a little tired. You know what? I actually will just call it early today. Well, early by like 30-ish minutes, but you know. Yeah. If I want to do a little bit more, I can do more tomorrow. Like, I can do I can do a bit of a longer stream tomorrow if I feel like it. Excuse me as I put in my ambience as well. Pet the cat. Alright, let's see who's doing things right now. Ah, fuck. I forgot to... Hold on. I need to do this before somebody decides to... There we go. Let's see. I think they're still going. I could probably just raid into them and just, you know, give them smooches on their cute little head and be like... Ooh. What about them? How long have they been streaming today? Looks like they just started, actually. Actually, you know what? I think I'll raid into them because they are Well, they're not like new, but I do like the idea of raiding into them because they just started, and they're playing a really neat game called Voices of the Void. There we go. His name is Joe Cassidy. They're a neat little guy. They're actually great artists of various kinds. We're gonna give them a big ol' hug to them and tell them that we love them. Let me give you all my socials for today. And also the raid message for anybody that wants to, you know, join in on saying it's PandaConf time. But yeah, I'm going to call it early today because I've been feeling kind of out of it. And I kind of just want to like relax for a bit before I go to bed. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I will definitely be trying to continue this tomorrow. And then Saturday, I definitely want to play Dandy's World with friends and actually get some new content in. So, yeah. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. It's always nice to have you guys here. I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am going to get some rest. I hope you all rest well. Until next time, everybody.